Have you ever felt frustrated with your learning? You spend hours studying, but the information seems to vanish when you need it most. Don't worry, you're not alone. Many students struggle to find study techniques that truly work. The good news is that cognitive science offers evidence-based strategies to enhance learning and memory. By understanding how our brains process and store information, we can adopt techniques that promote long-term retention and deep understanding. Many traditional study methods, such as rereading notes or highlighting textbooks, provide a false sense of mastery. While they may seem familiar, they often fail to translate into lasting knowledge. This is where active recall, interleaving, and spaced repetition come in. These techniques leverage the brain's natural learning processes to make information stick. In the following sections, we will delve into the science behind these powerful learning strategies. We will explore how they work, why they are more effective than passive methods, and how you can incorporate them into your study routine. Get ready to unlock the secrets of memory and transform your learning journey. To understand how to learn effectively, it's crucial to grasp how our memory works. Our brains have two primary memory systems, short-term memory and long-term memory. Short-term memory, also known as working memory, is like a mental scratch pad. It holds a limited amount of information for a short time, typically a few seconds to a minute. Long-term memory, on the other hand, has a vast capacity and can store information for years or even a lifetime. When we encounter new information, it first enters our short-term memory. If we don't actively engage with that information, it quickly fades away. However, through effortful processing, we can transfer information from short-term memory to long-term memory. This process, known as encoding, involves creating meaningful connections between new information and existing knowledge. Think of long-term memory as a vast network of interconnected ideas and concepts. When we learn something new, we're essentially creating new connections in this network or strengthening existing ones. The more connections we make and the stronger those connections are, the better we'll remember the information. Effective learning techniques aim to optimize this encoding process, making it easier for our brains to store and retrieve information. Active recall is a powerful learning strategy that involves actively retrieving information from memory. Instead of passively rereading notes or highlighting textbook passages, active recall forces you to actively search for the information in your mind. This active retrieval process is crucial for strengthening memory traces and making information stick. One of the most effective ways to implement active recall is through testing. This could involve using flashcards, taking practice quizzes, or simply trying to recall information from memory. When you test yourself, you're essentially simulating the conditions of an actual exam or real-life situation where you need to retrieve information. Testing may seem counterintuitive, especially if you're used to studying by rereading or highlighting. However, research has consistently shown that testing is far more effective for long-term retention. Why does testing work so well? When you successfully recall a piece of information, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with that memory. Conversely, when you struggle to recall something, it signals to your brain that this information needs further attention and review. Section 4. Interleaving, mixing it up for better learning. Interleaving is a study technique that involves mixing different subjects or topics during a study session. Instead of focusing on one subject at a time, you switch between different concepts or skills. For example, if you're studying for exams in math, history, and biology, you might spend a set amount of time on each subject, rotating between them throughout your study session. While it might feel more natural to stick with one subject until you feel you've mastered it, interleaving offers surprisingly effective results. By switching between different topics, you force your brain to continuously retrieve information from different areas. This process of retrieving and applying knowledge in varying contexts helps to solidify your understanding and improve long-term retention. Interleaving is especially beneficial for learning related concepts or skills that are easily confused. For instance, if you're learning about different types of chemical reactions in chemistry, interleaving your practice problems, so you're switching between different reaction types, can help you discriminate between them more effectively. This is because it forces you to actively recall the specific characteristics of each reaction type rather than relying on rote memorization. The power of time and practice is, well, truly remarkable. When you give yourself the time to practice consistently, you're not just learning, you're building a stronger foundation for future learning. By spacing out your study sessions, you allow your brain to rest and process information more deeply. This spaced repetition is key to moving knowledge from short-term to long-term memory. So, remember, it's not just about how much time you spend studying, but how you spread that time out. With patience and consistent effort, you can master even the most challenging subjects.